arms, child, my arms. My arms.
Say to them, say to the down keepers, the sun slappers, the self-sorters, the harmony ushers. Even if you are not ready for the day, it cannot always be night. Sir, fix that work. Six up like Mike. He's out of sight. Whoa, we got me pipe. Two men like Mike. Six up the spot.
What is up, my baby bears? So I just wanted to show you all how I did this single braided ponytail, mainly because A, it's cute, and B, because all the tutorials that I saw were either on people with already pre-straightened hair, whether it was flat ironed or permed or already heat trained. And that just motivated me to do it even more, because I feel like in order to get a really cute, sleek style like this, those of us with really healthy natural hair are almost always pressured into straightening it to achieve these styles, and I don't always want to do that. So I thought I'd show you all how I achieved this look with minimal heat and while still incorporating healthy hair practices. So I am starting off with stretched hair. I wore my hair in a stretched bun for about 2 to 3 weeks. Oh Lord, child, look at how crunchy my hair is. Yeah, this hair is looking real hot, baby. Real hot.
Still outside, still outside, still outside.
Now, I always state that a flawless and sleek hairstyle starts even before you wash your hair. So I'm going to start by sectioning my hair for a pre-wash oil treatment. And you'll notice that I'm parting my hair off center, because if you follow me on IG, then you already know that I'm a fan of switching up your parts to avoid constant pulling tension on the hair and causing hair loss at the same parts all the time.
Look at new scenes, I open my life, I'm subject to memes, I signed a few.
Look at my little curly cues in the back. Aww.
Stop running your publishers, they publish the headlines and say the wrong things. Now treat your Lord and Savior like rentals insurance, you know what I mean? Body the boom, I body the boom, I body the beam.
And I'm just going to start by first gently detangling my hair from the tips all the way to the roots. Now, I'm starting from a stretch state. Like I said, child, I had this bun in for like 3 weeks while I was moving, but my ends were tucked because it was in a bun, so my hair isn't super tangly, it's just real crunchy. So I'm just using a wide-toothed comb to gently detangle my hair all the way to my roots. If you're starting from a natural state, then that's totally fine. You can just coat your hands in an oil and remove any large knots or tangles and shed hair. And you don't have to get it perfectly detangled, but it is important for you to not skip this step for a number of reasons. Number one, it will be easier to apply your deep conditioner after washing your hair, which will further lead to your hair being easier to manage and style. And number two, in my experience, when you pre-condition your hair with oil, your hair will be less unruly later in the styling process. And number three, it's just good hair practice because it's healthy for your hair.
To the progress toward. Say to them. To the down keepers, the sun slappers, the self-sorters, the harmony ushers. Even if you are not ready for the day, it cannot always.
And I'm just applying olive oil from my tips to roots. You can use whichever oil you prefer. My hair personally loves olive oil. It be drinking it up, girl. And then I'm just going to twist my hair all the way down and secure my ends with a duckbill clip to prevent my hair from shrinking and further tangling while I'm washing. And this will help to keep my hair stretched, which will help with styling it later. And then I'm just going to hop in the shower and use a moisturizing shampoo to cleanse my scalp. I wouldn't recommend co-washing before this style because you will need a clean and oil-free scalp to achieve a sleek top of the head. I also wouldn't recommend using a straight clarifying shampoo unless you're going to flat iron your hair, because that can contribute to making your natural hair very unruly and very frizzy, further making it very difficult to achieve and maintaining a sleek top. I also wouldn't recommend balling all all of your hair on top of your head while washing because it can just contribute to your hair being very unruly while styling, like I said. So when deep conditioning, I recommend you stray away from really thick and oily deep conditioners like this one and opt to use ones with a little bit more slip that will detangle and smooth the hair, and one with a small amount of protein that will help to protect your hair from the little bit of heat that we are going to use. This Smile Rice Water Conditioner is the bomb, y'all. I love it. You have to try it. Now this video is sped up, but I do recommend applying the conditioner from the tips all the way to your roots. I have never advocated for just slapping the deep conditioner on and moving on about your day. Deep conditioning really helps you with styling your hair later because it can help to smooth the hair shaft. My roots are really thick, so taking the time to carefully section and apply the conditioner all the way to the roots helps my hair to lay flat and helps it to be very sleek at the roots. Notice I'm not applying the conditioner to my scalp. That can really clog your pores and stunt your hair growth, but also make your scalp really oily, and that's not what we want for this style. So I know it doesn't look like it takes me a long time, but it really does take me a minute to do this. So on average, it takes me about 10 minutes to roughly detangle and smooth the conditioner on each section of hair. Now, the hair doesn't have to be completely detangled, but you should strive to get some sort of order to the hair before rinsing and styling.
Ain't on sight, it's on sight. I don't know you. It's on sight. I don't know you. Hey. All of my on channel 5, I don't channel 10 till it go time. Used to throw up my uncle's spaghetti. Been told to toss it before I was ready. Back when my mama told me that I was challenged. They single black woman, you know that she petty. I turned her heavy heart to $2 million. I put that in totals, reverse out of day. I got a foot on the Rachel one time. I want to battle with Rachel one time. I know some white people shine no time. I got a reason. I want to know if some other was crying. I want to know if some other was crying. I want to let's get right.
Say to them, say to the down keepers, the sun slappers, the self-soilers, the harmony ushers. Even if you are not ready for the day, it cannot always be night.
Sight, it's at work, six up like Mike. He's on sight, we got me tight. Two men like Ike, six at the spot, into the night.
Yeah, I'm shaking the drop. I'm still up on top. I've been at the bop. The devil my eye can't pay me to stop. My God at the top. We gon' praise our way out the grave, dog. Living, speaking, praise God. Walking out the graveyard back to life. I serve, follow your word, see with your sight. Into the night. Yeah, this life I'm living, all the evidence been tipped in. Gave me that grip, no slipping. Out of my mind, we tripping. Tell me take two when I'm on one. That look out like no one. Kept it real.
Next, we are going to cover our head with a plastic cap and use our thermal heat cap to deep condition with some heat. This cap will be linked in the description box. It is also Black owned, so make sure you check them out. After about 30 minutes to an hour, we are going to rinse each section with water that is a little bit colder than lukewarm water. It doesn't have to be freezing, but it should be a little bit on the colder side so that the hair shaft can seal. And once again, this is going to help us in getting a sleeker style. You'll notice that I am just further detangling my hair underneath running water just because this helps me in detangling my hair. I like to finger comb my hair before going in with a Denman brush and detangling it just because I find that it helps me to not have as much breakage. For our leave-ins, you really want to opt for ones that are anti-frizz and are in a spray applicator bottle to ensure you aren't adding too much conditioner because that will make your scalp really oily. This Briogeo anti-frizz conditioner and these, it's a 10 Miracle Glossing leave-in conditioner and the Miracle Silk leave-in really help to smooth the hair without weighing it down, and these conditioners will also be linked down below. And then I'm just taking my Denman brush and detangling from the roots to the tips. Notice how easily it glides through the hair as I'm detangling all the way up, because I really ensure to finger detangle very gently and thoroughly while applying my deep conditioner and whenever my hair was done deep conditioning under the cold water. Now, I actually figured out that a little bit of my shower gel got on the brush during this time, so that's why it's a little foamy. If you use these products, your hair shouldn't be as foamy as it is here on my hair. I don't know if y'all can tell on my face, but I'm like thinking, bro, why do I smell my shower gel? Look at my face. I'm like, it smells just like my shower gel. And I actually didn't notice that until after I got out of the shower. So I actually didn't even rinse this out. So on this section, I had a little bit of shower gel on my section. I just left it because at the end, it didn't look like it was very dry. And I do a really good job of taking care of my hair and conditioning it. So I mean, it was fine. It was just a little bit. It just looks like it's a lot because it foamed up. I just thought it was foaming up because I had used a little bit of protein on my hair from the deep conditioner. But yeah, anyway, so I advocate for twisting each section so that you know your hair will remain completely detangled and stretched. This will help us with styling the hair later. I personally prefer to air dry the hair a little bit so that your hair can get the moisture it needs. If your hair is dried too fast, it can make it more unruly, and you guessed it, that makes it hard in getting a really sleek style for natural hair, which is what we're going for. As y'all can see, my hair is tailbone length and it shrinks all the way up to right below my collarbone, but that's okay because shrinkage means that my hair is healthy and that my curls are intact, so no complaints over here. I'm going to apply some heat protectant. I'll be using the Chi Keratin Mist and the Chi Silk Infusion on top of that. And y'all, I've been using this heat protectant since I was in high school. They are amazing and I'm never going to switch. They will be linked down below. I'm going to apply the smallest amount of shea butter on my ends to protect them, but also smooth them while I'm stretching my hair. So I use the Rev air dryer because it avoids putting tension on my hair and breaking it, but you can use a traditional hair dryer if you prefer. I stretch my ends all the way out to prevent the section from shrinking and tangling, and then I apply the section inside of the Rev air dryer. I have it on medium to high heat, and I apply this dryer for literally no more than 15 seconds, y'all, and yes, I count in my head. Now my hair is completely dry once I'm air drying my hair, so it only takes me 15 seconds. So if your hair is a little bit damp, you may have to air dry it for a little bit longer. Once this first round of drying is done, I remove the section and gently detangle all the way up to my roots with my Denman brush. Apply just the smallest amount of shea butter again to my ends to help protect it and smooth the ends. And that helps to prevent my ends from being really unruly. And then I air dry it again on medium to high heat for another only 10 seconds this time. And this method really helps me to get my hair super stretched and sleek with minimal heat damage. Now, after my hair is done drying, I'm just going to clip down my roots and secure my ends with a duckbill clip to ensure my hair doesn't swell or revert while I'm doing the rest of my head, because it be getting hot in here, y'all. Here's what my hair looks like when half of it is air dried and the other half is still twisted. And I'm just going to continue this process all the way up.
He's out of sight. Woo, we got me tight. Two men like ice. She's at the spot. Into the night.
Yeah, I'm shaking the drop. I'm still up on top. I've been at the bottom. The devil my eye. Can't pay me to stop. My God at the top.
Once I'm done, I'm just going to use a wide tooth comb to detangle my hair and then section it little by little. And then I'm just going to take a hot comb and just go over my roots for no more than the top 3 inches of hair to ensure my roots lay flat. Y'all know I love working out, so this helps my hair to not revert when I do that. The comb is on about 400 degrees. And I do make sure that my hair is detangled all the way to the root before going over it with the hot comb. And I'm only going over my roots once, so this really helps to avoid heat damage.
Follow your word, see what you say.
Keep them roots clipped down so they won't swell up. Now that I'm done smoothing my roots, I'm just going to take a wide-toothed comb and detangle my hair and use a silk hair tie to place my hair in a low ponytail. Now, if you have really long edges like I do, you cannot skip this step. You have to smooth your edges before you style your hair, because if you wait until afterwards, you may pull the front of your hair out, which can make it really bumpy at the top of your head. So please smooth your edges down before you style, especially if your edges are really long. Now, once I'm done with that, I'm just going to remove the silk hair tie and take the Shine and Jam conditioning gel. I'm going to put a little bit on the back of my hand, and then I'm going to use the back end of my rat-toothed comb to apply the gel to the top of my head. I'm just going to place my hair at the position where I'm going to secure it, and then also place the conditioning gel at the back and nape of my head. Usually the sides of my head are not long enough to make it to the back of the hair tie, so I just leave those out. And this is where you're gonna need the strength of everybody, y'all.
Woo! My arms, child, my arms. My arms.
My arm! It's not yours anymore.
My arms were aching during this part, but I'm just going to smooth the top of my head with a boar bristle brush, and this took me 80 years to do so, but after it's smooth, I'm just going to detangle the rest of my hair with a wide-toothed comb before I take a silk hair tie and secure the hair at the top of the head. And you at least want to get rid of the large knots before securing your hair, because if you do that afterwards, you may end up with small bumps at the top of the head. After my hair is secure, I'm just going to be using this Got to Be Glued freeze spray and spraying that at the top of my hair, and then smoothing it again with a boar bristle brush to make sure that my hair lays flat for the entire week. Now, you can readjust the ponytail if you want, but child, the enemy of good is better here, and my ponytail was already fine, and y'all know when you have something good with natural hair, baby, you better leave it or else you gonna mess up your head. Then I'm just going to be taking some pre-stretched Kanekalon braiding hair, and I got the 72-inch long hair because I wanted my braid to be tailbone length. And I'm going to be using one bundle of hair, and there's two ways to do this. For the first way, this method will be for anybody who is maybe struggling with volume. You are going to take the large bundle of hair and you are going to off-center the fold so that one side of the bundle is longer than the other, and you're going to take the side that is the shorter side and place it to the back of the head, and the longer side will be at the front of the head, and you're just going to secure that with a ponytail holder, and then you'll flip the front of the hair to the back and start braiding down. As you guys can see, I got too much hair for that, so I am not going to do this method. And also, I wanted you guys to see that my hair doesn't perfectly match this Kanekalon hair. This hair is in 1B. My hair varies from 1B to 2, and sometimes when it gets warmer out, my hair is really more so the 2, so I should have gotten this in a 2, but I mean, it's all good, whatever. So I removed my hair, and I am taking out one piece of hair. I'm going to detangle that and secure that to my shirt so it doesn't get caught in the braid. And this is the second method of doing this, so I would recommend this method if you have a really thick ponytail at the top. And I'm just going to apply a little bit of the Shine and Jam conditioning gel to the top of the ponytail, and then I'm going to separate it into 3 equal sections and begin braiding. And I'm going to braid it about 2 to 3 tiers down, and then I'm going to take a medium section of hair, and then I'm just going to feed in one medium section of that Kanekalon hair to the braid, and then I'm going to continue braiding down for 1 to 2 times, and then I'm going to add another one and continue braiding down. I know y'all can't see this, but child, listen, my arms were begging for mercy at this point. I was like, I cannot. And then I'm just bringing my hair to the front of my head so that I can see it a little bit better and continue braiding down. Now, as you get to the part of your hair where your ends are different lengths, you want to make sure that you are continuously adding gel to your hands and smoothing the hair so that your ends will lay flat. And then once I'm at the ends, I am really going to take my time in applying the gel and blending my hair with the Kanekalon hair with a comb and then a boar bristle brush, and then I'm going to continue braiding my hair all the way down. Now once I get to the ends, my middle part of the Kanekalon hair was a little bit larger than the two side parts, so I'm just going to split the middle part and add a little bit of hair to each of the side sections so that the braid can continue to be even all the way down. Once I'm at the ends, I'm just going to secure it with a small hair tie. Make sure that I detangle my ends, apply a little bit of this Main Choice mousse to the ends. And then I'm just going to smooth the ends around a flexi rod. I believe this was a 1-inch flexi rod. I'm not too sure. I bought these years ago. And I did get it from a beauty supply. And then while I'm waiting for my water to boil, I'm just going to make sure that the braid sections are even and trim off any of the loose Kanekalon hair that's poking out at the end of the braid. Make sure not to trim your own ends or else you will be very sad. And then I'm just going to take the last small section of Kanekalon hair and I'm going to take that previous section that I sectioned out and I'm just going to blend my hair with that Kanekalon hair, and I'm braiding it just like maybe 1 or 2 tiers, and you're not going to see that because it's at the back of the head. And then I'm just going to start wrapping that around the braid, and as I'm wrapping it, I am making sure that I apply the Got To Be Glued hairspray each time that I'm wrapping it around and smoothing it with my boar bristle brush. And I am not going to use a pin to secure this because, child, that is just a recipe for disaster and fury all week. I'm just going to tuck the ends into the base of the ponytail. Here I have about 6 to 8 ounces of water that I microwave for 1.5 to 2 minutes. So now it's boiling and I'm just going to dunk my ends for about 10 to 20 seconds, depending on how much hair you have. And then I'm going to dry it with a microfiber towel, remove the flexi rod, and there are my ends. And this is how much hair I lost during the pre-wash, the wash and conditioning, and the styling process, which honestly is very normal for me considering that I left that bun in for 3 weeks. And this is the finished result. And y'all, when I tell you I felt so fabulous in this braid, I was like, oh my God, let me go find my man and flirt with him for a little bit because this braid is cute. And this braid lasted about maybe 5 days. Here are some shots of my braids 2 days later after I played kickball and after I worked out and after I worked a 24-hour shift. And you can see my ends poking out a little bit, but to be honest, for me to have achieved this style with little to no heat, I'm proud of myself. So let me know what you guys think down below. Thank you so much, as always, for tuning in and supporting me for my first comeback hair video. Yay! Let me know if you want more videos down below and also what you'd like to see for more hair videos. And I'll talk to you guys later. Love you all. Bye.
Now I'm mad at the night, just can't let you go.